So massive thanks for joining myself. If you're joining myself live or at a later time. So look, I'm using Instagram live a lot more, possibly less adding photos. I'm not really great on adding photos to Instagram, to be fair. So delighted I'm going to be joined by Julia Wetherell. I'm going to, well, that's very quick. Let me just add Julia conversation. So massive thanks, Julia, for coming on board this morning. So Julia is going to be with us this afternoon at 2 p.m. on Facebook Live. Massive thanks, Julia.
Hi.
So hopefully you can hear me. I can't see you,
Can't
but
see me. No, I need to turn my screen around. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Hello.
brilliant.
How you
So
doing?
look, massive thanks for joining us this morning. I know you're going to be with us a bit later this afternoon at
Yeah.
2 p.m. Look, for those listeners out there who don't know a little bit about your background, your focus right now is on co-living HMOs. So every Friday in May, I think it was, we went live at 2 p.m., me and Grace, or around 2 p.m. It was 2:30 initially, and then we brought it back to 2 p.m. For June, it's going to be fortnightly because the lockdown's being softened. Not everyone's available. And also it gives me a little bit of time to, think about who I'm going to bring on board. It's great to have Grace because she's got connections as well, Melt Property. And of course, it's also looking at who my connections are. So massive thanks for joining us at 2 p.m. this afternoon.
Pleasure.
So as I say, your focus is on co-living HMOs. Do you want to just explain for the listeners? And this is just a short 5-10 minute catch up. I know some of you want a longer period, and that's the beauty of Facebook Live. This afternoon we're going to do 60 minutes. So a little bit about your background, Julia, and noted property as well.
Okay, so I'm in business with my sister Justine Kirkham, and we run Noted Property together. It's a small development company, and we've been going for a few years. We have got HMOs, co-living properties, and you know what? I did say to you just before we got on the thing that we are doing some co-living. It's not our total focus at the moment. In fact, I think one of the things that we have changed in terms of our strategy over the whole lockdown COVID situation is really a keen need for serious diversification in our portfolio. I think one thing that we've really talked a lot about and have realised that the importance of is recognising that things can happen, and what we're really concerned about in our terms of our risk, structure, is thinking about if something goes wrong in one aspect of a portfolio, then the others can cover it. So, for example, I really wouldn't have wanted to have a whole portfolio of student HMOs at the moment, because that would be terrifying. So,
I was going to say, have you been involved in the student sector?
No, we tend to do professional HMOs. We've always gone down that route because the places that we develop don't really have universities and stuff. So, but I think just generally our thoughts around, what we've got one HMO project in the pipeline at the moment for an 8-bed, which we actually have also had a lot of conversations around, and we've turned it, rather than being an 8-bed HMO, into a 2-bed flat and a 6-bed HMO, because just thinking about the whole co-living sharing thing, it slightly worries us at the moment. But also,
where's that geographically?
That's up in Harrogate. We do all our developments these days in Harrogate. We kind of focus on quite a small area because it's just something that Justine knows the area inside out. So for us, it makes sense that our expertise is pretty good up there. Yeah.
So look, you and your sister had to come together and decide where you go forward.
Yeah.
Because I know you were looking at care homes and,
Yeah.
for example, as well, and you've slightly pivoted, is the word? Would you say?
I think we have changed our strategy, I think, on how we want to structure our portfolio. So what we have decided is that we've had a lot of conversations with our agent who manages our properties, and looking at the demand, what the demand she feels that demand at the moment is in a particular area. So just as an example, she said to us, please don't get any more 2-bed flats because there's too many on the market, because in Harrogate there's been loads of new developments. So she said,
that is really great when an estate agent
yeah,
or lettings agent, I presume it's estate
yeah,
agent, you know, actually tells you
yeah.
two
She
beds
said, no more, please. So it's what she said, though, which is absolutely she's desperate for, which we've just found a place and we're going to be starting to develop in a few weeks, is we're converting a house into 4 1-bed properties. And because she said with all the divorces that are happening at the moment, she's absolutely desperate for 1-bed flats in Harrogate. So that's we're doing one of those. and also she keeps banging on to us all the time about outside space all of the time. So, and making the most as well when we do development. She really wants us to make the most of our outside spaces wherever we have them, because it's something that everybody's really requesting at the moment. But obviously,
That's interesting. You mentioned outdoor space,
yeah,
because that is something which has come up again and
has it?
again. Yeah, in conversation, I know Manish Kataria from Invest Like a Pro has been pushing outdoor space
Yeah,
significantly, or saying it will go at a higher premium.
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we've also just found our first commercial conversion, which is exciting for a client of ours. So, and again, it's, you know, due to all the COVID thing, it's a lovely big office block. So no longer really in use because people aren't using it. So we've just found that for a client of ours. So, and like, you know, when we're going to be, you know, communicating with him about what he's going to put in there, he was initially wanting all 2-bed flats. So with the, you know, with the communication with our agents, we're kind of trying to recommend a mixture really of the types of flats that we include in there. Yeah.
I was going. So sometimes you're the one who actually finds deal and then acts as a joint venture as such, or
We've
sourcer,
got,
or
sorry, yeah, someone's calling me. So we have got a couple of clients that we project manage for them, people with a lot of money but not a lot of time. So one particular man who just, you know, has asked us to find some kind of, you know, commercial conversion for him, which we just found. Yeah, so we project manage that and run it those ways.
Julie, I know you want to pick up the call.
No, it's okay.
So
It's Daryl from
a little bit.
Lendwell, actually. That's who's calling me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a little bit later, I spoke to Daryl this
Did
morning.
you?
I did. He's on my Friday morning.
Yes, of
He's not
course he
on
is.
Instagram.
Yeah.
So I can't do an Instagram live with Daryl. So it went via Facebook Live. Just one really last question about this office to resi conversion. When you said it was no longer being used as an office, is that literally during COVID-19
No,
or prior to COVID?
you know what? I think beforehand it was becoming empty. They had a couple of clients in there, and now during the COVID, they've negotiated that they were asking for requests to reduce the lease, and it's no longer and it's no longer operable for the guy that owns the block. So he's decided to sell it on. Yeah.
So 2 very last questions, because I know Daryl will be disappointed. One is, what opportunities are you open to? That's the key question. The second question is, how can people connect with you? You're on Instagram. I think you're on Facebook. I think you're on LinkedIn. So what's your preferred method of communication and opportunities you're open to?
I prefer Instagram. Julia Wetherell on Instagram is probably one of my best ones, actually. That's how I prefer. I find that the easiest one. I'm not a big Instagram fan for some reason. I can never get my head around it. So Instagram, I'm not a big Instagram fan. So yeah, preferably LinkedIn is better for me. Julia Wetherell. And opportunities? Oh gosh, you know, well we know, obviously money. Well, I'm a developer. We always need money. And
So you go into JVs?
JV, yeah, we do JVs, and we absolutely, we do JVs with people, and we also project manage with people as well. But we do focus mainly. We're experts up north, Harrogate area mainly. So if anybody's interested in that area, yeah.
Okay, so what's the radius you would go around Harrogate?
I mean, we tend to focus on mainly Harrogate in the town and just outside. But I mean, we do also know Leeds a bit and a bit of York as well. So yeah, we can also help in those areas. Yeah.
So Harrogate, Leeds, and York.
Yes.
So look, Leeds is interesting, but I did promise it would be a 5 to 10 minute. The reason why I say Leeds is interesting It's a big university city
It's
as
huge,
well.
yeah, yeah.
And I just wonder who are
Oh, so I missed that. You
leads.
freezed.
No, that wasn't Daryl. That was Anna calling me, who's on the panel this afternoon, possibly asking when am I going to do the Instagram live with Anna as well. So
Oh,
look,
okay.
we've discussed opportunities you're open to. We might touch on the student sector or certainly co-living HMO sector
Sure.
this afternoon
Okay,
at
no
2
problem.
p.m. So it's Friday I think it's the 12th today,
It
Friday
is
the
the
12th
12th, Brendan, yeah.
of June. Um, I just know the days of the week rather than the actual numbers, to be fair, anymore. You know, lots of my favourite events have been cancelled this year, sporting events, so that's how I usually remember dates. So they've been cancelled. But today, at 2 p.m. this afternoon, join myself,
Yeah.
join Julia. We've got one of the architects behind the Eden project, Jerry Tate, or Tate Harmer, Jerry Harmer from Tate Harmer. So delighted Jerry's going to be on the call. Jerry is right now working on a hotel. I think it's about 106 bedroom hotel, also on the Eden project or next to the Eden project. So look, I know lots of you are joining us now. I did promise Julia it would literally be a 5-10 minute call because Julia is going to be with myself and Grace. Hopefully it will be Grace asking as many questions or more questions than myself. So
Okay,
look,
I'll prepare myself.
massive thanks for joining
Pleasure.
myself, joining
See you later.
Julia.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.